Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased the House is considering my bill today, H.R. 4824, the Rural Broadband Permitting Efficiency Act. I want to express my appreciation to Senator Orrin Hatch, who introduced the bill in the Senate, as well as Chairman Rob Bishop, for moving the bill through the Natural Resources Committee. I'd also like to thank various stakeholders that have taken part in the process creating this bill. Additionally, I'd like to thank the 12 members who joined me on this important bill as co-sponsors, including my good friend from Montana, Mr. Gianforte. The need to give greater access to high-speed broadband services for rural communities is broadly supported, evidenced by the diverse coalition of stakeholders supporting my common sense legislation, including NTCA, WTA, the American Library Association, the Utah Educational and Telehealth Network, the Utah Governor's Office of Economic Development, the Utah Rural Broadband Association, and the Navajo Nation, to name just a few. The purpose of my bill is simple. We need to do a better job connecting our rural and remote communities with greater access to broadband and high-speed internet. I believe that increasing access to broadband services in rural areas, like many places in my home state of Utah, is an important first step to help bridge the digital divide and to provide an enhanced quality of life for these areas. This infrastructure is critical to ensure schools, hospitals, libraries, small businesses have access to modern-day internet speeds. This legislation will provide economic development opportunities for small businesses and residents in our rural towns. Currently, the permitting process for a broadband project across federal lands can take many years, in some cases as much as 8 or 9 years. In my view, this is completely unacceptable. My bill improves and speeds up the permitting process on federal lands while also safeguarding and enforcing current-day federal environmental laws. I've visited 3 different Native American tribes since my election to Congress and have learned some of the unique problems facing these communities. I was proud to work with several Native American tribes, including the Navajo Nation, in my district to ensure tribal governments can utilize these new programs established within my bill. I was touched by a letter of support I received this week from President Begay, the President of the Navajo Nation. I visited the Navajo Nation 3 times since coming to Congress, and I hope this bill passes so that on my next visit we can celebrate the passage of this bill together. My bill is a big win for Americans living in rural communities, especially Utahns, and I encourage my House colleagues to join me in voting in support of H.R. 4824. I hope the Senate will also quickly take up this measure and send it to the President's desk. Mr. Speaker, I yield the balance of my time.